Hello and welcome along to part 12 of this FM20 story from Cliftonville with me, Daniel. We're trying to build the nation in Northern Ireland, take Cliftonville to the top of the national pyramid and then take Northern Ireland up the European one. And today we're back for the first league games in season 2. We've had our European qualifiers, we've had a little bit of action as well in the transfer market, so if you've missed the last few episodes, do click back in the eye above to catch up with the series. Pop back over when you're done, there's a link to all of the episodes so far. As today we start against the two big professional sides. Last season's champions Linfield, who have had a bit of a fire sale, are losing their key players and not really brought in much to strengthen this summer. And then on the opposite side of that, Larne, who we pipped to second place on the final day last year with a very nervy draw. And they have gone massive, and I think they're going to be our main rivals this year. But aside from all of that, as the title gives away, we are hiding on this screen to start with, to take you through the impact of the European qualifiers for the second year in a row. But also, as the title says, to hide what is possibly the best transfer I've ever had in Football Manager. To be able to get this guy at a part-time club in Season 2 of this Build a Nation save is ridiculous. So we'll go and have a look in a moment. But firstly, if you are looking forward to this one and the kick-off of a second domestic season, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Thank you so much for your support with the series so far. I really have been grateful for it. And I hope you're enjoying the save as much as I am making it. And of course, finally, if you want to stay up to date, please do subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on. You'll get alerts as all the content releases on the channel and whenever we go live too. Now, there's no way of getting around this. Let's start with the transfers. We'll do them quickly and then head into the two games. So Thomas Stewart is one of many who we're looking at letting go at the moment. So we're just trying to reduce the wage bill and the squad size and work with that group of 20 or 22 again. But look at that final signing. 3 players have come in. We talked about Ryan Burke in the last episode. Let's go through the other 3 quickly. It is clear there is one star. So Conor Devlin comes in as the backup keeper. He joined from Larne last summer. I think he fell out of favour there. Did he? Yeah, he didn't play a game last season. So he just comes in 160 quid a week as a backup keeper. 2-star ability, 2-star potential, good personality and only 28. I'm sure he'll do a job. And he's also played over 100 games for Cliftonville before. Then secondly, one we threatened last January, Shannon Clucas, a player we've talked about before, really good for us personally, helped us out on the podcast, did a great interview with us a little while back. So we can almost do a new player signing interview in the eye above. Shannon Clucas, you can hear from him there. But again, an under-21 international for his country, 27 years of age, sold by Glentoran for nothing. We've got him in on a free as our 4th choice central midfielder. Had a good spell at Dungannon, has played for Linfield as well. He's got loads of experience in both the EFL and over here in Northern Ireland. But then, Rashawn Hepburn Murphy, who spent the second half of last season in real life at Derby and last season in game there on loan, has played for Tranmere, has played for EFL clubs, joins on loan from Aston Villa for nothing. What a player, a new best at the club, 4.5-star ability, 5-star potential, 21-year-old Englishman, 13 finishing, 14 composure, 13 pace, 16 acceleration, 13 off the ball, 12 work rate. And as a result of him joining, we're trying a new tactic today. What a signing. If the tactic doesn't work, he'll just come in for Joe Gormley and we'll live with it. Joe Gormley can then go and strengthen one of the other Northern Irish sides. But that signing is something I didn't expect. I saw that he was available potentially without a wage contribution from the scout reports. And I went, let's go for it. And the fact that he rejected sort of League 1, League 2 clubs for us, I think Rochdale bid for him, and he ended up coming here. That is outstanding. Wonderful work, and I hope he will score big goals for us. But of course, with big players coming in, it means some have to leave as well. We saw Aaron Donnelly leave in the last episode. 3 more have gone since. So Chris Curran, the backup right winger, last season's first choice and the team leader, he's gone off to Coleraine where he will play for the season on loan. They're paying all of his wages and he'll strengthen them. And that's what we're trying to do. That's part of building a nation. Try and let your players go to other clubs in the country to strengthen them. And Johnny Dempster is in that category as well. A young player who wasn't really convincing for me. He's gone to Larne for 10 grand. They're investing in anyone and everyone. And for me, I didn't see that as a great loss. I saw it as a good way of getting money in. And then Ryan Curran, last but not least, didn't want to go to a Northern Irish club and there wasn't really much interest. So he has gone to Chesterfield for the year. 150 quid a week, all being paid by them. He was 4th choice right winger and 4th choice striker. There was no point keeping him. So he's off to Chesterfield. He scored in his first game in the National League. And I'm really hoping he'll have a good year and then get interest from a Northern Irish club perhaps. And then of course, as we mentioned, possibly the biggest loss will be Thomas Stewart. He's only actually had interest from Newry, who are in the 2nd tier of the Northern Irish Pyramid. He's 33 now. He is declining physically quite quick. But he scored 4 goals in the Europa League this season already. Scored 12 league goals last season and had a really good campaign. But I guess he's got experience at Larne in the 2nd tier. And he's played in the Republic of Ireland, Scotland and for Linfield as well. So perhaps, just perhaps, he will be able to strengthen them and bring them up to the top tier. But that is going to be a really interesting move. I thought one of the bottom half teams would try and snap him up. But Newry, it seems, have a bigger budget. And that moves us on to Larne, who are our second opponents today. I've got to go and show you this, because they are going absolutely massive in the window. So if we go and have a look at their transfers, it's pretty startling, to be honest. They're trying to sign another player. Is that him from Ballymena? It is, a right winger. So he's a decent player with a good personality. They've signed Ballymena's best player, which is Kofi Baumer, for £23,000. Rising to 32, he's a 19-year-old centre-half who's really good. And he's going to strengthen their team no end. They've also signed Dempster from us, of course. Kyle Calderwood's come in. He's a backup centre-half. They've signed from Derry City Brendan Barr, an exciting 19-year-old midfielder. We've already talked about the fact that they'd signed Michael O'Connor from Linfield, one of their starters in a championship winning campaign. Robbie Norton from Glenavon, a young player. And Nathan Kerr from Dundalk, who is having a really good season there. And they're paying loads of them over £1,000 a week. It's absolutely insane. So I actually feel like Larne are the title favourites this year. I mean, according to the media, it's us. But I don't see how Linfield are ahead of Larne there. Larne got no Europe, no other priorities to focus on. Bastien Harry looks like he's leaving Linfield, and maybe that will change the 2nd and 3rd predictions. But for me, I think it's going to be Larne v Cliftonville, and Linfield probably need a big 3 weeks or they're going to be out the title race. So let's go and get into that first game against Linfield. If ever there was a chance to beat them, it's now. And this is the A team we've gone for. Very quickly, because of the Welsh injury, I've just brought in Cian Brennan to the bench. Just gives us a little more versatility. But our 11 for today is Ben Anick in goal. We've got McDermott and Ryan Burke making his debut at fullback. Johnson alongside Shotton at centre-half. Galbraith and Edsa the midfield duo. McCanday over on the right wing. McMenamin on the left. And then Gormley alongside Rashawn Hepburn-Murphy up front. We've gone for an advanced forward and a poacher. We're going to try and play a bit more football. And we're going to try and get in behind to these two. Along the deck, they should be deadly. So let's see if they are. Into the first game of the season we go. It's a massive one. The bench is so much stronger than it's been for any other game since we joined the club. So let's see if we can make it count. Cliftonville v last season's champions. This is going to be a big test for us. He might well be leaving the club in the next week, but he captains the side today, Bastien Harry. Not what we wanted to see. Still a very good front four. Kearns, Van Overbeek, who joined the club, their only signing so far. Lavery and Cooper on the wings. Still got the likes of Jimmy Callagher at centre-half. They've still got some good players there. Gareth Dean in goal, he's a good player as well. But there's quality in that side, and we're going to have to make it count today. We're going to try and get on the front foot. We want to dominate these matches. So let's go and do it for the fans, get through the tunnel interview, and get into the first half against last season's champions. I've just seen the Linfield physical stats as it's been a really poor half an hour. They look all over the place. I don't know if they've played Europe this midweek, but they look shattered. As Lavery's in the box, we know how good he is. Cooper on the edge to Harry. He's going to be leaving soon, but he wants to make his mark today. Bastien Harry brings it down to Fallon. Keeps it in the middle, but the Linfield player's in a sort of 70s for fitness already. I'm hoping the last half an hour that will pay dividends for us. But it's Fallon over the right to Van Overbeek. Probably the most tired on the pitch, but gets there to the byline. Intercepted away though, and Harry will make it. Although Rashawn Hepburn-Murphy intercepts. Lovely switch to McCanday. Coming over halfway, he's got an overlap at right wing back. And he's going to find McDermott here. Both strikers in the box if he can deliver. In towards McMenamin it was in the end. And it's out towards Reece Burke on the right left. Ryan Burke, sorry, I'm mixing the names up. And he's put it in. Oh my words. He's put it into the back post towards McCanday. Niall Quinn, the left back, has tried to hook it behind for the corner. Just tried to get his left foot round it and has rifled it into his own top corner. Brilliant finish from Niall Quinn. And Cliftonville have the lead. All of this man's doing. No idea how he managed to get that in his own net. Cliftonville 1, Linfield 0, and you can see there, they look absolutely shattered. Linfield coming back into it, so what we're going to try and do is we're going to go a bit more positive. Just try and keep possession, keep on top of the lads, and let's see if we can get on top in this second half. As we've got an early free kick with Ryan Burke. He's going to deliver it from the right to McMenamin, trick them all with a short one down the line. McMenamin crosses to Joe Gormley, and I tell you what, if Linfield are the title rivals this year, we look like we've beaten them. I mean, the problem for me is that Larne are the much better side. But Linfield, you've got to be worried if you're a fan there. I've just gone to have a look and actually it probably answers a few questions. Linfield won in the second Europa League qualifying round. They're now playing in the third away at Sheriff. They lost 1-0 in the first leg in Moldova. But they've got a really good chance of getting through. So I'm actually surprised they're not resting people today because they could well be winning this for us. It's such a shame, but either way, we'll get back into this one, hope we win, and then we'll be cheering them on again on Thursday. I don't know, as we get to subs with 20 minutes left, if you could see that score at the bottom. It is Ballymena 3, Larne 2. Ballymena had a 3-1 lead, and they've managed to be pegged back now. I wonder what Larne will do towards the end. Rashawn Hepburn-Murphy not had a special debut, but he was only joining a few days ago, so we do have to give him some leeway. McCanday on the right is going to be replaced by young Noah Daly. He's going to be a winger on attack. In midfield, I think Toby Edser could do with the rest, but I'm not sure if that's the best option at the minute. I'm just trying to look in terms of physicality. We'll leave it 5 more and we'll make them one at a time. There's no rush at the moment. As Black picks it up at left back, goes back to Kearns and plays a 1-2. And now eventually they go all the way back to the keep-up. We're keeping them pegged in well. We're doing a really good job of that so far. As Dean brings it out of his own box, goes long over the top. Shot and heads down to Ryan Burke. And it looks like we've got so much time on the ball. As it's through to Hepburn-Murphy. Into the box. Goes alone just wide. It was definitely worth an effort. But didn't quite find the target this time. So Galbraith will switch into the playmaker role. It'll be Edser who comes off. And we'll bring on Craig Story. The same as last season. He can be a central midfielder on automatic for now. We're not going to get too excited at the moment. We know we're a good side. And we know we've got the superior physicality at the moment. So Hepburn-Murphy will come off for the last 10. Austin will come on for his league debut as a target man on attack. And we'll try and hold on for a 2-0 lead. It should be possible. But it's Linfield with a free kick, 25 yards out. It's Miller who will step up the substitute. Right-footed. Oh, it's a great save by Ben Anick. We needed that. And it's back to Miller again. Oh, that one's in, no. Lavery finds a way to get something on it. And after one brilliant save, Anick couldn't keep out the second. We're going to get the lads to concentrate, drop back to balanced, but we've got an attacking throw on the right, and it's Noah Daly from the throw-in. Back inside, Fallon intercepts to Harry. Don't say we're not going to win this game. After all the dominance, we have to win it. It's into Lavery though, he's 1-on-1. Lavery scored! In 2 minutes, we've thrown it away, against the side running on empty. And it is Cliftonville 2, Linfield 2. And suddenly, you've realised that there's a mental block here. I have no idea how we've thrown this away. Look at the fitness for some of them. It is an appalling way to end. And at the end, it is a 2-2 draw against Linfield. In normal circumstances, we'd be quite pleased. But the way we've thrown that away is awful. And I think we missed it. Once we made those subs near the end, we missed our first 11. And that tells you that we can't afford to make subs too early. So ourselves, Linfield and Larne all drew on the opening day. Curran won, Chris Curran getting one of the goals. But it's going to be a very interesting season. I think we're all evenly matched. And Larne managed to sneak a draw as well, with O'Connor, the big summer signing, getting a late goal. So they're our next opponents. We've got a few that have made debuts now, so hopefully they'll be in better shape next time. And we'll be back to face Larne in a week's time. And hopefully we'll be able to get our first 3 points of the season. Very quick side note, look who we've managed to draw in for what is for us the first round of the Bet McLean Cup. It's actually the second round of the tournament. We've got Holders Ballymena, our bogey side. All of the lower league teams we could have faced, and we've got Ballymena. Maybe it's not going to be our season. I'm starting to get worried that fate is against us. We've got a cup draw to come back for the day before the Larne game, and it is the Tunnocks Caramel Wafer Cup. So we're not going to go through each one, we're just going to wait and see who we get. There's some massive sides in this tournament and some pretty easy ties as well. So you've just got to wait and see if you get the luck at the draw or not. So we're going through, we've got a home tie against Ladbrokes Championship side Airdrieonians. So we could have had League 1 or 2 teams, which would have been better. Airdrieonians, a decent side. Let's have a look at their stars. Robbie Crawford, solid player. Callum Fordyce, yeah, so they're probably actually a similar level to us. A game that could go either way. But Airdrie will be facing Scottish opposition, and the greatest snack in the UK is going to be hosting a tournament that we feature in. No one will dispute that fact. We'll be back to face Larne, who have signed big again in a moment. We're back to head to Larne. They've signed another player from Ballymena for £20,000. They are going big, big, big this window. They drew their first game away at Ballymena, of course, and they've still got Gary Havering in charge, another man we've interviewed on the podcast. So many good friendly people in Northern Ireland, but he is becoming a bitter rival in this save. I think it's fair to say we're not going to get on great. But let's go and get into the match. We're going to go as close to the same as possible. When we had our first 11 on the pitch, we were brilliant. Welsh is back from injury, so he'll replace Brennan on the bench. And I think aside from that, we'll keep everything the same. So the same 11, one change in the substitutes, and we're getting stronger and stronger each time. Hepburn Murphy not quite match fit yet, but as he gets stronger, we'll be expecting fireworks. Into the game we go. Let's see if we can get a better result this time. 4-4-2 for our opponents. O'Connor up front, the big signing. McMurray was their star man last year. New signing McGrory on the right wing. New signings Barmer and Curran in the back four. Oh, they've got such a good side. Tilney's top of the assist chart at the minute. Fuad Sule's one of the best players in the league. I just wanted to see, though, who Barney McKeown is. He's making a debut as well. 19-year-old signed from Newry and not quite up to the standard. They've still got Mark Randall on the bench, earning $5,000 a week. I've no idea how he's managed it. But he, of course, set the equaliser up last time. But they've got the likes of McKendry on the bench. They've got a top quality side. So let's just try and get our boys on the front foot and see if we can get a winner this time. And early on, we've got the ball at left back with Burke, who hacks it away to McCanday. A weird time for it to start, but we're picking it up on the counter. McDermott's trying to overlap. McCanday keeps possession, finds Galbraith. Switch to the left-hand side. McMenamin's there. Into Hepburn Murphy. Oh, a fully fit Hepburn Murphy scores that. Not quite found his eye for goal again yet, but a good chance created, a brilliant counter, and McMenamin delivers a corner as we come forward again. Shot on out to McMenamin, into the back post. Tilney gets it away via Balmer. Long ball down the left to McMurray, and now it's Larne's turn to counter. McDermott intercepts though, long ball forward. Gormley will chase against Balmer, who does really well to get it back to his keeper, and Hepburn Murphy will close him down. But it's a long ball forward, which is intercepted by Johnson. Edser switches it right. McCanday will get there. Where's the trickery now? Crosses from the byline. He does everyone. And it falls for McMenamin, who fires over. What a 10 minutes of football that was. But neither side have taken advantage of their counters. A really good start for the match, though. And two sides that are definitely a cut above. But this time, it's Larne on the front foot, on the right-hand side, with Sule and Kerr. The cross is blocked, though, and falls for McMenamin, who clears long. Gormley to Hepburn Murphy. This is where the pace takes shape. This is where the instinct should. But it's a really good save by the keeper. And Hepburn Murphy has missed another. I feel like once he gets one, we'll see a fair few from him. But it's just that confidence for now. As Larne tried to play out from the back, we've got all four pressing, and they go long, and it's aimless towards Burke. Into the middle to Galbraith. Picks it up on the tip of the centre circle. It's got two over on the right. One is McCanday. Cuts inside. McDermott's there, but he crosses to Hepburn Murphy. And his header is brilliant. Dylan McCanday with the assist. Hepburn Murphy with the goal. And it is Larne 0, Cliftonville 1. And that big summer signing has already repaid some of that faith. And with 10 minutes to half time, it's been comfortable so far in truth. Linfield are 2-0 up. They have now lost Basti and Harry, but as long as they've got Lavery, they'll score goals. As Lynch goes back inside, intercepted by McMenamin. Brilliant work. Gormley can free players up. He goes through to Hepburn Murphy. Should be more confident now, and that is the difference. A confident Rashawn Hepburn Murphy is a brilliant one. It is Larne 0, Cliftonville 2. And Hepburn Murphy, I can tell it already, he is going to win us the title. Mark my words, he will win this title for us. Good assist by Gormley, who turned provider, as the ball's in for 2-1. McGrory on debut, the signing from, of course, Ballymena. And as soon as we're celebrating the title, a bit like against Linfield, we've been pegged back. We need to get that confidence out of us, because it's misplaced at the moment. It's 2-1 at half-time, it's been a good performance. But Larne are very much in this game. So we're going to encourage the lads, get into the second half, and we need to make sure we're not complacent this time. We're back with the hour mark gone as Larne are playing out from the back. Toby Edser intercepts the ball, but Soulé gets there. And now it's a chance for Larne to come forward. They're still chasing that equaliser, but Hepburn Murphy's nicked it off the last defender. Brilliant save by Mitchell. Really good anticipation by the forward. And he is edging towards that hat-trick. What a moment it would be as McMenamin delivers. It's a poor corner. Johnson gets it down though. Finds Galbraith to Edser, to McMenamin. To crosses the ball and it's blocked on its way to Murphy. And out behind for another throw-in. It is Cliftonville all on top at the moment. And the left-back Burke will take it. Goes inside to Edser. Edser to Burke again. Delivery to the front post. Gormley heads over. We need that third goal. We need it badly. We'll think about subs in a moment, but for now it remains 2-1. Just over 15 minutes to go. I'm not going to take off any of the big hitters this time. McCrudden will come on the left wing. He will replace McMenamin, something we did a lot last year. Inside forward on attack for him. I'd like to bring on Welsh at right back for McDermott, who's struggling physically. He'll be a fullback on support. Just give us a little more defensive shape. And we'll make another one in 5 minutes if we need to. But let's just go and take off that overlap on the right. And hopefully we can stay a bit more composed. 10 minutes remaining. This time it's Galbraith who's struggling. He'll be replaced by Craig Story, central midfielder and automatic. And we've got 10 minutes to hold on. This is where it all went wrong against Linfield. Let's hope it stays positive this time. We've dominated more, but they've brought on McDade, McKendry and Randall, 3 brilliant players. But we are 2 minutes into stoppage time and there have been no concerns. So let's be more disciplined. Time waste, slow it down. Out of possession, you already know that we're going to hold our shape. And we have got 90 seconds left as we have the ball in an attacking position. Hepburn Murphy picks it up from a throw. Beats 3 men and finds space. I thought he was going to shoot there. Story back to Edser. Keep the ball. Do not lose it. Story. Back to Edser. We need to stop getting pushed back here. Edser in a centre circle. Great switch to Burke. What a signing that is. Getting Edser back for a second year as well. McCrudden back to him again. Edser inside to Story. Time on the ball, man over on the right. Edser will find him, I think. Beats 2. Oh, it's a lovely turn. And then he's challenged. Though. And it's 3 on 3. McDade going down the right-hand side. Being held up by Shotton. Goes inside to Kerr. This is a nail-biting finish again. We can't be doing this all year. Mark Randall to Lynch. 25 yards out. Oh, it's happened again. 2 games in a row. We have thrown away a 2-0 lead. And that might stop us winning the title. It is Larne 2, Cliftonville 2. And again, we've done it last gasp. The positive, of course, Hepburn Murphy with a brace. He is in form now. But we have thrown away 2-0 leads on 2 occasions. And Larne and Linfield will be feeling confident. 2-2 against both of the big sides. It means Institute are top of the league. They've produced a wonder kid in Falconer. Scored 2 in that game. What a player he is at just 16 years of age 2 weeks ago. And he looks like one of the best strikers in the league. But I think as the season goes on, we will progress. We will get better. But of course, we've got to be alarmed about the way we're finishing matches. And match fitness may be key, but there's only so long you can forgive that. Hepburn Murphy's off the mark though. He did really well. And there's a lot for us to look forward to as we head through August and September. So as much as I would prioritise the Tunnocks Caramel Wafer Cup, I appreciate it is not a priority for Cliftonville this year. So we will skip through the first game and we'll come back towards the end of September. We've got that 3-game spell, Crusaders, Promoted Ards and then Ballymena the bogey team. And maybe even Institute if they're still up there. We'll have possibly a couple more transfer dealings. And of course we'll probably have been dumped out or won by a bogey team. We'll wait and see how all that progresses though. But if you did enjoy this episode, that big double header, 2 disappointing ends to really good performances, please do put a thumbs up on the video. Let me know what you think of the signings, particularly Hepburn Murphy, what you think of the players I've chosen to let go so far, and how on earth we managed to throw away 2 brilliant performances in the last 10 minutes of matches. We'll try and rectify that. I think we're in with a sniff of the title, and we'll keep an eye on Linfield. Did they win their cup tie? I didn't even check. Did they win? They did. I tell you what, they're 1 game away. It's Maccabi Haifa. They might not win it. But they have got through to the Europa League 4th qualifying round. Our coefficient is looking sensational. So I hope you enjoyed all that. If you want to stay up to date with the series and the content across the channel, please do subscribe down below and turn that notification bell on. You can catch up with all of the content over on our podcast channel too. The link to the interview with Shannon Clucas is in the eye above. And I hope to see you next time for more big games with Cliftonville here. We're fighting on a lot of fronts this year and we really feel like we've got a chance at the Danske Bank Premiership title.